All right, if you drive through Monona, you might not notice them at first, but once you do, you see them everywhere. These amazing murals are painted on buildings up and down Monona Street, and they've actually spread to other parts of the city. And there's a couple in Madison as well that I learned yesterday, depicting everything from animals to trains to life advice. They show off talented artists in our area. These are just a few that we saw this week, but they are very, very cool around the city. And just driving in today, I saw like 4 more I hadn't seen before.
A lot going on in Monona. Yeah. We caught up with Monona's mayor this week to talk about Monona's growth potential. And man, there's a lot of it, but it's pretty unique. She was quick to point out that Monona is landlocked with no more space. So when the city does grow, it has to be up. And that's just what they're doing with several new apartment buildings going up in the city. Redevelopment is a more complicated process than a new development on open land, but the mayor says they are moving full speed ahead.
We've got a lot of different development projects in the work and more that we know are coming. So it's an exciting time to be in Monona, that's for sure. The last few years, things are really changing here, and it's amazing when you talk to people who come back, haven't been here for a couple of years, and they're like, wow, I can't believe how Monona's changed.
The mayor also says the city used to be a bit of a food desert. I can tell you personally that has changed. The mayor agrees. In recent years, they've added a variety of new restaurants, especially along Monona Drive. If you haven't been to Hank's yet, go get yourself a burger. Amazing. And so now, if you find yourself in Monona, you might want to tune in to that radio to 98.7. That's WVMO, the voice of Monona. Mark is with one of the voices of the station who really helped it get on air 8 years ago.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you. I'm just about to introduce you to someone whose voice I'm sure you recognize because most people in Monona do. One of the voices of WVMO radio for so many years here in Monona, Lindsay Wood-Davis. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm happy to be here with you on this beautiful afternoon.
Such a beautiful afternoon. How great is this event?
This is just wonderful. So we're here at San Damiano. This was bought by the city after long negotiations a couple of years ago. And this is the first really huge community event that's going to take place. But it's blue skies with puffy clouds, and the lake is gorgeous, and the trees are over us. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, beautiful view. It's just absolutely great. Now, earlier you were broadcasting. You have been one of the voices of Monona for so long for WVMO Radio, and we wanted to talk about that. Talk about the radio station a little bit. It truly is a very local radio station with a big impact, though.
We have what we call hyper-local programming. This is about Monona and Madison's East Side. The idea is, well, at a lot of stations, they play music and then they're interrupted by the announcements. With us, what we do, all those voices, all those announcements, well, that's somehow interrupted by the music.
I like it, yeah.
Well, but the music's great, and that's why we have such a big listenership in this little tiny area. We only have 100 watts, Mark, and you can almost see the antenna from here because it's right up on the fire department hose drying tower.
People are going to spot it now when they drive by. You said just 100 watts, but when I was in there, so many awards. Station of the Year awards from the Wisconsin Broadcasting Association. What makes it so successful?
It's hyper-local. And also, from the day we first turned it on, the idea was, yeah, this is a little radio station, but it's always going to be a professional, a real radio station, and that's how it's going to be. We had a lot of real broadcasters get involved, but the most important part are the volunteers. We have a big cadre of volunteers. Many of them have been with us since the first week or month or year when we went on the air in 2015. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really is. What do you think resonates so much? You know, people want to hear what's going on in their community, but at times when a lot of local papers are going out of business, what resonates so much, do you think, in Monona with the hyperlocal?
Hearing a voice of somebody they know, or hearing their own voice, or hearing about an event that they've helped put together, or that they're absolutely planning on going to, or that interests them that they didn't know. It's all about being very, very local. One of the things about VMO is we are 100% locally programmed. There's no syndicated stuff coming from New York or LA. If you hear it, it's being done by us.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it gives people a chance too if they've, they want to get into radio, but it might be, too hard to do it. They can start volunteering and just get kind of that radio. But I worked in radio at one point too. You get a radio bug, don't you?
We call ourselves radio rats. And once you have it, it's in you. I grew up in this business. My mom and my dad were in it. My mom was a radio actress. She was Veronica on the Archie comics in World War II. So I come out of that. But we're now a 3-generation radio family. That's pretty fun. It's the same way with other people. We've got one family, the Perrys, 3 generations have been involved in programming on WVMO. We've only been on the air 9 years.
It's just unbelievable. And events like this are your bread and butter, right? You come out and let people know something cool like this is going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. We want to be where people are and tell them why they should come, but also why they should listen.
Yeah. Lindsay, thank you so much, and enjoy the day. This is going to be an amazing weekend.
Going to be great, Mark. Thanks so much.
All right. So, Elizabeth, send it back to you.